Let me explain the intent of the bill. It's to expand access to credit for credit-worthy borrowers. And I think if you look at the New York Federal Reserve study in October, they say that 3/4 of small businesses looking for credit in the summer of 2010 were turned down or received only some of the financing that they requested, 3/4. And then you have the Wall Street Journal story, smaller business seeking loans still come up empty, and that story cites an 8.6% drop from last year in terms of the business lending. Also, I want to point out that unlike previous versions of this bill, this is not a blanket increase in the member business lending cap. In order to qualify, a credit union must be well capitalized. It must have at least a 5-year history of sound member business lending experience. It must be operating near the cap for at least a year, and it must receive the approval of their regulator, the NCUA. It's also worth noting that this plan differs from other proposals we see from government, because whether it was a $1 trillion stimulus bill that failed to meet expectations or the recently created SBLF program, I just want to point out that the Journal reported that of the $4 billion dispersed by Treasury through SBLF, over half has come back to the Treasury in the form of TARP repayments. One participant even labeled it a shell game. So what this does is it allows us, without borrowing the money, it allows us the ability to free up capital that is currently sitting on the sidelines, and economists say it will allow up to $13 billion to be lent to small businesses, which in turn could create 140,000 jobs. In closing, I don't believe this legislation will be a cure-all, but I do believe it's an idea worth considering given the current state of the economy and the way we've crafted the bill. I would urge its support. Thank you.